250 miles, and I've gone, I'd say about 350 miles at this point. It's about 1,500 miles to go. Alabama. Gas prices are cheaper in Georgia and Alabama, I noticed, than in Florida. Okay, where we left off last, with each of us having domain over the portal in our heart that is our connection to the one infinite creator, viewing itself as infinite pixels. So this is the lens that one infinite creator, we each have our own lens. And I'm just following this sort of intuitive vision, building off of work that I've learned from other people, like things about Planck length and Planck time and golden ratio and the relationship in our reality between these things, and then looking at many worlds interpretation, how this reality is infinite, fixed spheres of gravity waves. Each time and location can be measured and described in gravity waves, each point in time, each frame. And so can our beingness. It can also be measured in gravity waves in each frame. So our consciousness is flowing through by a sine wave through these infinite spheres. But I'm seeing our consciousness again as this Planck-sized pixel that is like our authenticity, is like contained in this one Planck unit, and everything around us being these just tiny little Planck spheres that are just swirling around together as charge on that fundamental layer. But so that's the experience, but the mechanics of how it's working is our consciousness is flying through these fixed spheres, creating a video game like reality for ourselves where things appear to be moving and flowing. So picking up there where as I'm guiding you all through this vision of how it could be. Of course, you may have your own variations, you may disagree. I'm always happy to hear from any of you about your thoughts and feelings on this, but continuing with this vision. So I was seeing last night, or I'm pretty sure it was last night, again, this beautiful relationship that's been observed of fractalic nature of our holographic reality, fractality, and that being perfected golden ratio. Like I said recently, I went through the reasons why golden ratio would be fundamental to any universe that has the concept of individual units, whole separate units. By default, just from that 0 and 1, you can see that leading to Fibonacci. Then that eventually Fibonacci gets closer and closer to perfected golden ratio. Still looking, I haven't been looking, but going to be finding the root of the formula that calculates golden ratio to geometrically look at why that's true. I feel pretty confident I can maybe even discover it myself. Perhaps I'll have that as a challenge for myself before I try to find the answer someone else gave. Maybe you all can have that as a challenge too, based on what you know about Fibonacci, which I've gone over many times, and drawing the golden spiral with the squares, where you can draw a golden spiral just with squares. So I think we can do it. Maybe you'll do it before I do, but I will definitely have that as a goal for myself. So connecting it all back in, so seeing the domain as these Planck spheres that we have, but then because we are at this simultaneously, like, we really are all levels of creation. We're just we're basically fixating our point of view from this one lens in this moment. But because everything is one consciousness, we really can always consider all as self. That there's no difference between me and the universe. And that, I'll say this again, but I do find it quite profound, the light from our bodies does reach the outer edges of the universe. So we truly are one and the same with everything around us, and we can y'all. Hope y'all are okay with me repeating some of these beautiful, deep truths. From that Planck tiniest level of the universe, of an individual unit in the universe, all the way to the outer edges of the universe, knowing that our light goes there, knowing we can inhabit the entire consciousness of the universe, we can feel one with that layer, because that's a subset of being one with all that is. It's like, well, if we're one with all that is, of course we're one with all that's in the universe, we're one with all that's in the galaxy. We can go down the scale. So from that tiniest point of Planck, individual unit, tiniest measurable unit of length or space in the universe, all the way out to the edges of the universe, then all the layers in between are naturally, to me, obviously, going to be golden ratio. It's just the only way when you look at things being individual. So just the very nature of our individual consciousness having the illusion of being separate. So that just seems very clear. It aligns. I feel like by sort of curating my own view and my own way of speaking these things and drawing them for people and showing it to them, I'm then using my own words and I'm tying together multiple people's theories, because I'm hearing people and I'm like, well, everyone's trying to say the same thing, but they're using different ways of going about it. So I really enjoy this thought of tying in everyone's points of view to one cohesive vision, because really, fundamentally, if someone can have an idea or think a thought, it's on some sense real and true, because pure consciousness is the fundamental substance of the universe. So you can't really get more pure than that in terms of creation. And that's like an ability that we have. That's not necessarily something to take for granted, because humans have the choice to give their power away to someone and be always doing things for other people, and because of some sort of certain mindset. But when we remember that we're the author, we have the authority of our life by having the authorship of our life, and that's a choice. It's not necessarily a choice that everyone wants to make. Plenty of people, maybe their consciousness just needs to be told what to do or wants to be told what to do. And this has nothing to do with whether you have a job or you have a boss or anything like that. It's really like just choosing to be the author of our own stories. And a lot of times it's framing the things we see around us in the full light of, like, are we only looking at the negative? Can we see the bright side of something that we might not have been giving ample time thinking to? And can we shift to where it's 90% solution-based, focusing on what are the problems, showing us about ways we can upgrade and enhance our existence. So ceasing to look at them as problems or pain in the body. Pain is just showing us, hey, if you give a little more love to this part of your body, you know, I can do better. That's what pain's telling us, is our body saying, hey, I can help you more if you help me here. And it's communication, and oftentimes connected to something energetically from a past event that's in the, you know, we have all these layers of light that make up our existence. Just because this might not be visible to the naked eye, although that's an ability that a lot of us are honing right now, this inner vision. So anyway, I just wanted to connect that thread of just continuing this sort of vision quest of starting with that Planck pixel, and then knowing that we simultaneously, you know, that's like sort of our minuscule, like if we have a min and a max of our consciousness in this reality that we know we're focusing on, and we're like, okay, what are the parameters? Well, the minimum parameter is going to be Planck length and Planck time, and the maximum parameter is going to be the universe. Of course, we know it goes beyond that, but let's just look at these structures on this sort of path that we're on right now, and then just seeing clearly how all levels of our beingness, our soul one lens of that infinite creator is expanding at golden ratio all the way to the edges of the universe and everywhere in between. But those are specific layers, like specific nodal points. And where the energy crosses at those layers, say with another human being, and we're crossing energetically in layers that are way beyond our physical body, those are nodal points, and they're going to happen at the golden ratio layers of our own beingness. So let's start to see this in our mind's eye as we're experiencing it. Moving beyond science is just some kind of thing that we do in our mind to train our brain, and which is a wonderful, fun thing to do. I love playing with numbers and puzzles and logic games. That's really fun. But when we can just see it in our own life, feel ourselves going from the tiniest plonk to the maximum of the universe, the maximum size, and time, that be the beginning of time in the universe and the end of time in the universe, knowing that fundamentally that Planck consciousness pixel that we inhabit was here at the beginning and will be here at the end, and that's part of this ride. I'm really just going with this as it flows, but I'm always happy to hear anything that might vary, and of course you have your own truth, you have your own perfect unique vision. Just sharing mine because I just have a lot of fun with it, and I like hearing what other people vision. So always happy to hear your comments, or if you want to write to me by email or Instagram. If you ever want to build on, you have something that's different from what I'm saying but fits in some way, or if it's contradictory, sure. I really would love that. Actually, that might be exciting for me and fun. Anyway, I'll see if I can upload this. If not, I'll get it up when I arrive in Colorado. But I'm always so grateful that you're here as a fellow traveler on this journey. So glad you're here. Thank you, my friends. So much love to you all, and may your days just be so sparkly and joyful. Just want to put that intention out for all of you, and I'm just really grateful you're here on the earth, caring about these things and journeying together. All right, till next time.